open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Roger that, Wilson. Thanks. Now those yellow-billed stork, they'll eat pretty much anything with a heartbeat. Fish, frogs, snakes, insects, lizards, even other small birds. But we do have to keep our eyes open in the forest here, because often the natural colours and markings of the animals do make them blend in really well with the background. Reserve was established in 1971 for the protection of local wildlife, and a lot of them have become less afraid of humans because they get used to seeing us out here, which is really great news for us. We get to see them up close, but it does mean that they become easy targets for poachers. So the 800 square miles of the reserve is constantly patrolled by wardens, both in the air and on land. We're going to stay in touch with them throughout our journey. Now these watering holes are important gathering places, and oh my gosh, look right up back there. Can you see against the rocks laying down pretty well camouflaged? There is a black rhino laying up there. Now we do see them from time to time at these watering holes, but they are few and far between, unfortunately, because they're being killed for their horns. In fact, there's less than 4,200 of them left in the whole of Africa. Well, there's another one standing right here. He's right behind this dead tree, look. We pull forward so everybody can see him, and we'll pause so that you guys can get a picture. They weigh about 3,000 pounds, charge at 35 miles an hour, and have an inch-thick hide. So they really are pretty much protected against everything except for humans. Even on reserves, they're not completely safe from poachers. Those black rhino have a pointy top lip. They'll use that almost like a finger to pull down the greenery to eat. Oh, hey, just up here on the left, there's a beautiful big black and white bird. It's a saddlebill stork. Now, if you look, you see he's got his long legs bent out in front of him. He's kind of sitting down. They are Africa's tallest storks, stand 5 feet tall, with a wingspan of 8 to 9 feet. Look right at the back on the left back there. You see right back up in the greenery, there's a couple of pale brown animals with white markings. They are greater kudu. They're Africa's second largest antelope. Only the males have horns. Fully grown male weighs around 750 pounds. I think you'll see them any better here. They're kind of right back in the greenery up there. You might see them a little better from here. There's another saddlebill stork up there too. Well, we're going to head down to the Save River now, where I'm really hoping we might spot some Nile hippo. Now, you might think the hippopotamus should be easy to see because they're so big, but actually they spend many hours of the day underneath the water. In fact, they can spend 5 to 8 minutes at a time completely submerged under there without even coming up for breath. So even where you don't see them, doesn't mean they're not under there. Oh, we can see a couple under the water there, but I'm hoping if we head upriver we'll see some a little better. They're really not very visible, are they? We come out onto the bank at night to feed. They'll eat between 100 to 150 pounds of food each every night, mostly grass. So, oh yeah, hey, there's a whole bunch on the left of that island over there. Look, you just see them. Their heads above the water.
Oh yeah.
Actually, when you see hippos moving through the water, they're not usually swimming. They're very poor swimmers. They're usually walking along the river bottom, or they kick off from the bottom and just glide through the water. On the nest up there on the island, they are white-breasted cormorant, fantastic swimmers and divers. And the large gray and white birds with the really big beaks, they're pigback pelicans. They live in colonies, and they work together to herd fish into shallow water for easy feeding. You also see some more hippos over there. Look at the end of the island. See those a little better from this side, maybe. Calf, when it's born, weighs about maybe 80 to 85 pounds. Fully grown, we can tip the scales at around 5,000 pounds. Well, I do know that right around the corner here, there's a rickety old bridge. So please remember to stay seated for me as we head across it, because some of the bridges, oh my goodness, look down here on the left. Oh yeah, please do stay in your seats, because there's a whole bunch of Nile crocodile down there. And they are larger and much more aggressive than American alligators. Grow to about 20 feet in length and have bone-crushing power in those jaws. And if you ever see any laying with their mouths open, that's how they regulate their body temperature. They don't sweat. They let out excess body heat through those open mouths. And I don't know about you guys, but I am very glad we're up that old bridge safely. Wow, that was a lot of big crocodile down there.
Simba One, come in.
Hey, this is Simba One. Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the Red Clay Pit.
Alright.
You definitely want to check out that area.
Thanks for the tip, Wilson. We'll hit that way shortly. So we're going to head out into the savannah, completely different ecosystem from the forest with different animals. And speaking of different, check out on the right, that big old upside down looking tree is a baobab tree. It survives long periods of drought by storing water in its great big sponge-like trunk and by staying leafless for about 9 months out of every year. Oh, and this is my very favorite side of the whole of the reserve. It's the Serengeti grasslands. Stretches for hundreds of miles across East Africa. A superhighway for millions of migrating animals each year, and also home to some of the more famous ones, like lions and elephants. It is the wild Africa we're all working really hard to conserve. Actually, the landscape of the savannah is created by the animals that live here. The elephants are the bulldozers. They push down the trees to eat. That lets the grasses spread. Giraffe are the pruning shears. They'll eat the undersides of the trees, letting in more light. All the antelope, cattle, zebra, they're the mowers. They mow down the grasses. That encourages new shoots to grow and leaves the edges for the little nibblers like gazelles and warthogs. So in this balanced natural system, there's enough food for everyone living here. Oh, it is a beautiful day out here, isn't it, guys? We sure do have good weather here in Africa. Just as long as you like it hot, right? I think it's going to be another hot day today. Oh, looks like there was an animal in the road over there. Don't know what it was. We'll head around that way and take a look. Obviously, it's moved off. Oh, the cone-shaped man. Oh my gosh, look right in front of us, guys. There's a giraffe. Oh man, how cool is that? That is a reticulated giraffe. They are one of the larger varieties of giraffe. They have a net-shaped pack. A fully grown male reticulated can stand 18 to 20 feet tall. Fat little ones, when they're born, already stand 5 to 6 feet tall. No two giraffe ever have the same pattern. They're all unique to them, just like our fingerprints are unique to each of us. Only sleep for about 30 minutes a day. They eat much of the day. They do have long, powerful tongues that they'll use to pull down the tree branches. Looks like there's another one on the bank in front of us. Is that a giraffe up there? Maybe, yep. Oh no, that's a slightly different variety. That's one of the smaller varieties. That's a Maasai giraffe. They have an oak leaf pattern, even though the reticulated had a net-shaped pattern. These cone-shaped mounds either side, by the way, they're termite mounds. Termites make them from dirt mixed with their saliva. Some makes them as hard as concrete, and elephants use them as scratching posts. When they wear them down, like the one on the right, antelope, we use them as lookout mounds to stand on and watch out for things like lions in long grass. There's a real little guy on the back. Look at the bottom of the bank here on the left. Pale brown, but he's got white legs, black racing stripe along the side. That is a Thompson's gazelle. They're known to the locals as Tommies, and although he does look like a cute little baby, that's actually a fully grown adult. They only weigh around 60 pounds at most. They can run really fast, so despite their small size, they can reach speeds of 50 to 60 miles an hour on those little legs when they need to, which is some seriously impressive running for a little guy, huh? Cute as can be. Well, that's a pretty good start, guys. We've already seen a bunch of animals. Should be a great 2 weeks out here. Oh my goodness, look at those horns in front of us up on the grass there. Oh wow, now they're on the Ankole cattle. They are some impressive horns, aren't they? Those horns grow 5 to 6 feet in length. And the gray animals you can see crossing the road. Oh, in fact, there's a bunch of them just under the bush on the left here, look. These are white-bearded wildebeest. Gnu is their other name, spelled GNU, and they migrate at the rate of about 1.5 million across Africa each year, which is one of the largest numbers of any single migrating animal in the world. Wildebeest is an Afrikaans word. It means wild cattle. They get their other name, Gnu, because that sounds like the grunting noise they make. There are those Ankole cattle. Those horns 5 to 6 feet in length. They can be 20 inches around circumference at the base and weigh about 15 pounds. Gives you a headache just looking at those, doesn't it? They're also known as Watusi cattle for the Watusi tribe that first domesticated them. A few more little Tommies up there on the right. Oh, now you remember the carving we saw at the front of the reserve? If you look right in front of us, up on the bank on the right, that's a sable antelope. That might even be the dominant male of the herd. He gets very dark. They start off as a kind of a pale rusty brown. The older and more dominant they become in the herd, the darker their coat gets. And the dominant male is usually a little ways away. Oh, in fact, hey, look up here on the right. I can see a baby sable antelope. Yeah, right here with probably mom. There's two little babies here, look. The two up in the tree there. They're that pale rusty brown, tiny little short horns. Those horns will grow into those long curved horns as they reach adulthood. Oh, and you get a great close-up of some little Tommies. Well, we've seen a lot of animals, but we haven't seen any elephants yet. You guys like elephants? Yeah? Should we go see if we can find some? I think, now this road heads to Elephant Country. It seems to be the one with the most traffic, but I think we should go that way. We'd love to find elephants this way. And you get a great look at these little Tommies.
Zimmerman, this is Wilson. What is your location? Over.
Oh, hi, Wilson. We're heading up to Elephant Country, we decided.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid poachers may be in the reserve.
Well, Wilson, I'm glad we decided to go that way. We'll keep our eyes open. We'll let you know if we see anything for sure. So, oh, hey, look up here on the right. There is an elephant right there. Well, it kind of looks like a female. It's fairly small. Although male and female African elephants do have those ivory tusks. Males go off on their own. Herds consist of the females or the young ones. So if it's, oh yeah, look, we found some more. This is a small herd then. If you look on the top of the rocks on the left, you just see a monkey wandering up there. Mandrill monkey, got a bright blue and red face. He's just coming down between the rocks and the bushes there, look. Now, they're very shy, very reclusive monkeys. So we're lucky to see them. They are Africa's largest monkey. But we're going to head deeper into Elephant Country. It looks like we'll see these up here. Little, there's a young one over there. Get some music to travel by. We'll check it out when our road's closed. Oh, and I usually go that way. Well, that could have been told. No worries, we can still head this way. It's where we need to go. We also get a look at these elephants there. That was about 2 years old, I think. Nice look at it. See what we can find on this road. Hopefully we'll find some more elephants. Although I haven't been this way in a long time. I hope I remember the way. Let's see if I got it back actually. I don't believe I do. Well, I think I'll remember the way once I see it. Oh, well, I certainly don't remember this old bridge. I better turn the music off and concentrate on this one. I think we'll be okay though. Sometimes we go poly-poly, which means very slowly, but of course, as always on these bridges, please stay in your seats, and you might actually want to cross your fingers on this one. In fact, I think we better get off here, guys. Oh my goodness, hold on. Hey, lean to the right for me, lean to the right. All right, nice job. Let's get off of here. Wow, thanks, guys. Great bit of leaning. Could not have done that without you. And I promise next time I'm going to cross my fingers too. Wow. Well, we are safely up those red blankets. Remember Wilson told us he'd seen elephants here? You can see their tusk marks, look. They like to eat the red clay for its beneficial minerals that they might lack in their diet of plants. Hey, look at the really little one down there. Now this is not a safe place where I can stop though, guys, so get that picture really quickly if you're going to do it, because that was a really tiny one. Wardens told me when I'd been born out here not that many months ago. The only young one down there would be somewhere around the 3 to 5 years old mark, I think. There's Mom, never very far away. They live till they're 60 or 70 years old, and the little ones stay with their mothers till they're 14 or 15 years old. They do learn all they need to know from her. And the females are usually very good mothers. In fact, they'll all help each other to look after the little ones. And you see they have dust, dirt on themselves. Elephants will actually throw dust, dirt, mud, or grass over themselves to act as sunscreen. They do have surprisingly delicate skin that can actually get sunburned. Plus, that acts as a bit of an insect repellent for them too. Well, we are safely up those red blankets. Remember Wilson told us he'd seen elephants here? You can see their tusk marks, look. They like to eat the red clay for its beneficial minerals that they lack in their diet of plants. Hey, look at the really little one down there. Oh, and we have a flock of flamingo here, look. Aren't they pretty? These are a breed of flamingo. I think we'll head around the other side, get out. That's maybe. It's pretty good there, actually. Looking into the sun a little. Look at their wings. See how bright pink they are when they put their wings up? Flamingo get that color from their diet. They eat tiny brine shrimp. Those shrimp are high in carotene. And when the flamingos eat them, that carotene turns them pink. Yeah, I think our best will be here when we're not looking at the sun. They sure are pretty, aren't they? And I'm really hoping it might be our lucky day to spot some white rhino through here. I know there's a mudhole that they love to roll here. A white rhino are one of Africa's greatest success stories. They were hunted in extinction, but thanks to conservation and anti-poaching efforts, their population has been brought back to more sustainable numbers at least. There's a young one right in the middle there. The adults weigh 4,000 to 5,000 pounds, but despite that size, they are very vulnerable to poachers because they have such poor eyesight and a really narrow field of vision. Oh, and check out on the grass on the right-hand side. There are some very large eggs here. These are ostrich eggs. Gonna weigh about 3 pounds each. Now that's an egg, huh? They do lay them out in the grass like that. They don't build nests, so sometimes just scoop the top off the earth of the grass.
Simba One, I see you at the junction. I suggest you go west. It will be worth it.
All right, Wilson, we'll head that way. Hey, there's a cheetah walking in the woods back there. Look up to the left, shield your eyes from the sun. Way back on the bank. Past the grass up onto that bank where it slopes up. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, muscles on that cat. They can actually run at 60 to 70 miles an hour. Can only do that in short bursts though, because they overheat at that speed. Oh, he is gorgeous. And Wilson told us to head west. Now, I don't know what he sees, but he's our eye in the sky, so we're going west here. See one cheetah? Wow, that was pretty cool. That time was really good there, guys. Oh, and this big rock formation, this is called a kopje. And kopjes are a favorite hangout place for large cats, especially lions, but I don't know if we're seeing the lions, because they like to lay and rest for 18 to 20 hours a day. Living groups called prides, and it's actually the females that do most of the hunting at night. So when you hear a male lion roaring, it's not usually because he's hunting, often a territorial noise that he makes in the mornings and the evenings to let everybody know that that's his territory. Right up on the bank in front of us, you can see a white animal back there eating the bushes. Long curved horns. It's a scimitar horned oryx. They get that name from those horns because they're shaped like the scimitar sword. We'll head up the other side of the kopje there. If you look down the clearing on the right, there are some brown animals laying there. They're bontebok, and they're a very rare sight. They're pretty much extinct out in the wild. You'll only see bontebok on reserves these days. Well, do you see any sign of any lions? I don't see anything, do you guys? Oh my gosh, right alongside us. Hey, look down, I'll pull forward a little bit. Look back through the grasses. There's actually a female, a lioness, laying right on the lower rock there. Can you see her? Isn't she gorgeous? That would be why Wilson sent us this way out. Bet there's a male up there somewhere. Can anybody see him? He's probably lying down in the rocks there. There's a female, there's probably a male. Oh, there he is. He's right at the bottom left of the very biggest rock up there. You can only just see him through the rocks there. But thank you, Wilson. Oh, and these holes in front of us, these are burrows. They're dug out by the largest burrowing animal, the very cute, cuddly warthog. Hey, these really are cute. They're little ones that, I'm sure mom's around somewhere. And you wouldn't want to mess with an adult warthog. They do have razor-sharp tusks that they use along with their tough snout to dig out those burrows. Then they'll often back into them, leaving their tusks protruding for their protection. And on the curve here, there's some ostrich eggs on the left again, but there's also some addax on the right, similar in color to those scimitar horned oryx, but the horns are quite different. Oh, and there's an ostrich down there. Look, can you see her up on the bank? Now they do have wings, but are completely flightless. Can run at about 40 miles an hour on their 2 powerful legs, though. These addicts are a desert antelope. They can spend pretty much indefinite periods of time without needing to drink water, but there are less than 500 of them left out in the wild now, unfortunately.
Timberman, there are poachers in the area.
Uh-oh,
Can you help us cut them off?
Oh my goodness. Hey, what do you say, guys? Can we help Wilson go round up those poachers? Yeah, all right, thanks. Hey, Wilson, we're on our way. Oh my, look at these gates. That must be the poachers smashed them open. So we better go this way. And it does mean, though, that we're going off the reserve, and this could get really rocky. Hey, Wilson, we need help.
The poachers are heading east. Keep going, and you'll drive them to my patrol. Over.
Heading that way. Gosh, it does look rough, but we've got to do. Oh no, guys! Oh, I hate geysers. Hey, I don't know about you, but I'm really not sure I like to look at this place. And I thought I might have heard some gunshots. Then, maybe we better get out of here. Hold on, guys. We're gonna make a run for it. Get out as fast as we can, I think. Oh, but there's a camp up there. Well, maybe we can sneak up on some poachers. Let's go for it. Yeah, I think they ran.
Oh, not to worry. You drop them right into my patrol.
All right, we chased them right into the warden's house. Let's go see if we can help her. Hey, there they are.
The poachers ran, but they won't get far. We located the mother elephant. Thanks to you, they are now both safe. Asante sana, everyone.
Nice. Glad we could help, Wilson.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its mother.
Roger that. Well, it looks like we did a great job helping Wilson round up those poachers. But it does mean that we've got off our scheduled trek, and I'm afraid we're going to have to cut our 2 weeks safari short. We're going to drop you at the local woods post, and it's just a short walk back to Harambe Village. And as Wilson said, Asante San, thanks for helping us to protect our precious wildlife. Remember that we're